Hi everyone, BB. So I don't know how long I have to film just because um, I'm home alone. My parents are at work. I got plenty of time to technically film. However, my phone's been acting kind of weird lately. I think I'm due for an update, and it's a lot of creepy, weird things have been happening to my phone. I don't really want to go into a lot of detail today about it. Maybe I'll talk later about it. But my phone's just been acting up, so I haven't had a lot of storage. I haven't had a lot of space. So I don't know how long I'll have to film. I might have 40 seconds. I might have half an hour to film. I don't know how long I have to film. Um, Again, I know it's been a while. It's been a week, technically, since I filmed. I do promise you that someday, I can't promise what day it will be, but I do promise that I will explain to you what happened with me, with the job that I had. It wasn't a job, it was technically a volunteer job. I just say a job even though it was technically volunteer. I will tell you what happened to me with my volunteer unit. I'll say unit because it's not technically a job because it's volunteer. I'll tell you what happened with me and my unit. Maybe after the holidays because I really don't want to have to get emotional about it during the holidays. It's just something emotional. So I really don't want to get emotional about it during the holidays. So I'll explain. I can't promise when I'll do it, but I will promise you I will talk about what happened. I just can't promise when I'm going to do it. I will promise you I will do it. It could be all the way in May. It could be I do it in a couple weeks. I don't know. I kind of really want to do it after the holidays, but I hate to have you guys hanging in there and waiting to see what happened. But anyways, happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. We're going to my family's. We're going to hang out, eat some turkey, eat a lot of food, eat lasagna, because we do. We gotta eat lasagna. We gotta have an Italian dish, because we're Italian. So my grandma always has to make something Italian. Even though we tell her, we literally have so much food, we can feed a whole army. Probably not a whole army. We used to say that a lot when we were young. That, oh, my grandma, we always make so much food for all the parties and get-togethers and holidays that, we can feed a whole army. And now that we're all older now, we look at it like, yeah, we probably wouldn't be able to make a dent. Because an army can be so big, if you know what I mean. And then I was talking to someone about that once on a unit. Because a few people on my unit that I'm on, was like in the military. They were like in the Army and Marines, and I think we've had Marines, Army, Navy, Natural Guard, Air Force. I think the only one we haven't had is Coast Guard. But anyways, I don't want to say the same thing. They're all the same thing because they're not, but kind of same thing. But anyways, I was joking to one of them once that we were having pizza at the station once. And I was like, oh my god, we ordered so much pizza we can feed a whole army. And they started going off on me. Army? What kind of army? You mean battalion? You mean a platoon? You mean Rangers? You mean SEALs? You mean? And I was like, it's just an army. We can just feed the whole army. And he's like, you know how many people sign up in the army? You know how many people are in the army? Let alone the army in Illinois. He said, let alone how many people are in boot camp right now that aren't even technically said the and like he wasn't like going off on me, but like he was kind of joking around because he knew what I meant, but like kind of trying to be funny, and I was just like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Like, I was like, this is a lot of food, okay? He's like, I'm messing with you, kidding. He said, I know what you mean, and it's like, okay, good. I was like, if I defended you because I was afraid I might have defended him, not that that would have even really been offensive, I don't know. I'm just gonna stop talking. But anyways, so yeah, tomorrow is same Thanksgiving with the fam. Even though it's going to be a little different this year because we don't have that many people coming. We have, I guess the only people that are not technically coming is, I don't believe my cousin Tom and his girlfriend's coming. I don't believe they're coming. They're coming for dessert. They're not coming for dinner, but they're coming for dessert. My cousin Mary Ida, my uncle, and my aunt, so her mom and her dad, are not coming because they're gonna go to Wayne. It's technically in the area, but Wayne's kind of in between Bartlett. Wayne. Oh, I scratched something. I was scratching my ear. What is that? Oh well. I got like a bump or something on the back of my ear. Gotta check that out. Oh my god, it's so windy. Typical fall winter for Illinois. It's very windy. It's like Halloween again. It's so windy. I hate the wind. It kind of scares me a little bit. Anyways. So if you hear a noise, that's what it is. It's the wind. Anywho, it's cold. I should have put on the heat. I wasn't expecting to film, in all honesty. I was like, I'm bored. Before I go downstairs and find something to eat, I might as well film. Why not? Give me something to do, kill some time. So tomorrow's family, and then tonight is Friendsgiving. I'm going to my girlfriend's house, and me and a few of my girlfriends and friends from high school. Because here's the thing about my friends. Almost every one of my friends, besides the people on a unit, minus the people on a unit, but like, for example, Jennifer, my girlfriend, Stephanie, my girlfriend, Sorry, my girlfriend, Letty, my girlfriend, Wendy, my girlfriend, Jessica, my girlfriend. I have a lot of girlfriends. Judy, I would consider a girlfriend, but I don't know if she would consider me a girlfriend. I'm that kind of person where I don't really call him a friend. I don't really call him a best friend. I don't really call him a sister. I don't really call him a girlfriend until they acknowledge it, until they are okay with it. For example, someone like Judy is my friend. I know she's a friend for a fact. She's my friend. I know she's a bridesmaid with me for Jennifer. My girlfriend Jennifer is getting married, and she's part of the bridesmaid group. I know Judy from high school. She went to high school. She was in this, I believe she was in the same class as me. Like everyone else I know. But someone like Judy, I would personally consider her a girlfriend. But we never really talked about it. We've never really mentioned it. I'm pretty sure she would say, yeah, you can call me girlfriend, go ahead. I'm pretty sure she would be like that. But I'm that kind of person that wouldn't call her a girlfriend until I know for a fact that she considers it too. She considers me a girlfriend. She considers me a friend. Until we, talked to it or officially made it obvious. Not obvious, but, until I know she's okay with it, until she's cool with it, I'm not going to call her a girlfriend. It's because, like I said, the last thing I want someone to do is watch my blogs and say, hey, why did you call me girlfriend? And I'm like, well, because you're my girlfriend. You're a good friend. And she's like, yeah, but I don't want to consider you a girlfriend. So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm pretty sure she would be part of that group. I wouldn't personally mind making her a girlfriend. She's a really good friend. She's really nice. She's really cool. She's really funny. I would consider her a sister, even. I would consider her a sister. I guess I can ask her tonight. I don't know. But, anyways. So, almost all of my friends that I know from high school. Like, for example, Jennifer, Stephanie, Sorry, why am I forgetting one? going blank. Oh my god. I don't want to forget one. Am I forgetting one? No. Jennifer, Jessica, and Suri I met at high school, in a high school class, in a cooking class. Um, 7 years ago. I had to do the math. 7 years ago. Ever since I met them, I've been meeting other people. Like Letty, for example, I met Letty from Stephanie. Stephanie introduced me to Letty. Letty introduced me to Wendy. Wendy introduced me to Andress. It all went to high school, Streamwood. Wendy and Andress went to Streamwood. You know, they're a little older than me by like 5 or 6 years. So they went before. You know, Jennifer, I met Sergio. Sergio, I met a few other people. Can't remember the names off the bat. I'm horrible with names. You know, I met Christian. I met Pablo. I've met Judy. I've met Brenda. You know, I've met a lot of people. I'll just put it that way. I've met a lot of people. Whenever I get introduced for the first time, I'm like, oh, hi, I'm Brenna. And they're like, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so. I went to Streamwood, class of 12. Or, like, maybe class of 14. I don't know. Maybe they went to Streamwood a year before me. Maybe they went a year after me. You know, chances are they're either in the same class as I am or younger than me. Because I don't know. I know for a fact that I'm not the oldest because my girlfriend Jennifer, her fiance Sergio, he's like a year or two older than me. I want to say a year or two. Only 2 years. If anything, he's 2 years older than me. It's not like he's Wendy or Andress, where he's like 5 years older than me, or 4 years older than me. If I'm 26, he's probably 27, 28, you know. So, everyone's around my age. Everyone's maybe a little younger than me by like 3 or 4 years, not by much. Maybe 3 years. I'll give it 3 or 4 years. But lay down. Well, anyways, I just think it's cool because everyone that I practically know that I'm gonna see today at Jennifer's house at the Friendsgiving, like I said, I can pretty much bet you that they went to Streamwood. And they were probably in my class. Because I'm always like, oh, what class were you in? And they're like, we were in your class. And it's like, look here, Chica. I said, you know how many people were in my graduating class? I was like, there were 599. There was literally 599 people. I said, you couldn't put one more kid to make it even to 600. But anyways, there were 599 kids in my class. Graduating class. You think I'm gonna remember every single one? No. Let alone, I was only in high school. Well, I was in high school for 4 years, but I technically only went to Streamwood for the last 3 or 4 years, 3 or 4 years. I technically went to Streamwood for the last 3 to 4 months of my senior year. So I was only really technically at Streamwood for the last 3 to 4 months. Or maybe it was like 2 months. I don't know. It was like right around the time that I graduated, I went to Streamwood. I think I was there for a couple months. Even though it was probably only a month, but it felt like longer. Who knows? It was so long ago. Anyways. So tonight's gonna be Friendsgiving with my girlfriends and everyone from high school. It's kind of cool, you know, because we get to compare teachers, we get to compare classes and talk about the school and talk about Streamwood, and everybody knows everything because it's like they all went to the same school, so it's not like they're like, okay, where is this? Who is this? What was that? Where was this? What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? You know, we all went to the same school, so it's like we know the sounds, we know the smells, we know this classroom, we know this field. We know this part of the building, so it's kind of cool to compare stuff. Even though, like I said, I was there for literally 2 to 3 months before graduating compared to these people where they were there for 4 years. So anywho, because my dream was always to be in a graduation ceremony with the cap and gown and listen to pomp and circumstances. Even though when I graduated, I heard like 2 seconds of it because it was so loud. Not loud, but anyways. So I always wanted to be in the ceremony. However, high school, Streamwood, was like, because I went to a school in Elgin. Hang on, I gotta do something real quick. Dang it. The heck. There we go. So, I had to fix something. So I went to a school in Elgin called Summit. Summit was the school for kids like me that have disabilities and learning disabilities. So I have dyslexia and I have learning disabilities. So I learn slow. And it could be because of my dyslexia that I learn slow. I'm not the fastest learner when it comes to a lot of things. Obviously, there's stuff that I can learn in a heartbeat. Like, you tell me how to do some things, and it's like, okay, got it. You only need to tell me once, There's some stuff where I have to learn how to do it a few times. Like, you got to teach me how to do it multiple times. There's things where it's like, okay, well, it's like, you got to learn this, and then you got to actually do it. You know what I mean? So, there's things that I know how to do after the first time of learning how to do it. And there's things where it's like, well, I got to do it a few times in order to understand it, in order to do it, if you know what I mean. So I'm kind of a slow learner / I have dyslexia. I'm like, anyways, it's time to put a new one on. Anyways, just kidding. Dyslexia, I don't really want to go into too much detail about dyslexia because you can just Google and watch videos on YouTube of what it is. But pretty much what dyslexia is you see numbers and letters backwards. Majority of the time it's numbers. Majority of the time is letters. You see letters and words backwards, or you may look at a word and see something different and say something different, and then someone will look at you and say, that's not what it says. And then you'll be like, doesn't it say this word? And they're like, no, it's completely the opposite. And I'm like, oh well, my dyslexia sees it and sees something spelled different and sees it spelled different. So that means, in my opinion, that's what that says. If you know what I mean. Anyways, not to go into too much detail about that in this blog, but so I was in Elgin for a little bit, on the west side of the river, on the opposite side of the river, across the river, at a school for kids with special needs like dyslexia, like me. They also had kids there that had like autism and kids that had behavior problems. I wasn't like that. I don't have autism. Some people think that dyslexia is autism, and it's not. As far as I know, it's not. I've been told by my aunt that I have autism, but I think my aunt's pretty wrong. Dyslexia is not a form of autism. Well, why am I even talking? It might be. I don't know. I don't have autism. I don't have autism. Like, you can Google it. It's not autism. I think it might be in the spectrum of autism, even though I don't know what spectrum means. So I'm going to shut up because dyslexia is not autism. I don't know what I'm saying about spectrum, but I don't have autism. And some kids did. Some kids at my school that I went to in Elgin did. Some kids in my school did have behavior issues. Like, they would literally get angry. How was it like that? Anyways, I have to talk about them because it's not, I don't want to say it's not about them, but it's not about them. But in order to be in a graduation ceremony, even though the school in Elgin, Summit did technically have one, but it wasn't pomp and circumstances. We didn't wear caps. We wore gowns, but no caps. And I wanted the experience of walking with my class down the aisle with a cap and the gown and a tassel and hearing pomp and circumstances. I wanted that experience. However, Streamwood was like, we can't allow her to come in here into the ceremony unless he's a student. She has to be a student. She has to be a registered student. Yeah. So because of that, I had to take a few classes. Because I had to be a registered student. And if I was considered a student at the high school, obviously I would have to take classes. So that's technically the really only reason why I was at Streamwood High School was because if I wanted to be in the graduation ceremony, I had to be a student. And obviously if you're a student, you have to do work and you have to do classes. So anyways, so today's the Friendsgiving, then tomorrow's with family, then Black Friday is Friday, candles at Bath and Body Works at 8:25. Yeah, I'm so freaking excited for that. Like, if you know me, you know how much I love Bath and Body Works candles. I love Bath and Body Works candles. Like, they are... Oh, I'm hungry. It's my stomach. I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to get caught. I'm going to make myself hungry. Anyways. I love Bath and Body Works candles. Like, I am addicted to them. They are my addiction. My mom always like, you're addicted. You're addicted. It's like, hey, would you rather have me be addicted to drugs and shooting up in my arm, or be addicted to drinking, or be addicted to smoking, or be addicted to... Please, I don't know what kids can get addicted to these days. You'd be shocked. I hear all these things that a kid got addicted or had an overdose on this or did this, and it's like, they do that these days? That's what they get high off of? That's what they do for entertainment to get delightful out of? They do that? Anyways, if you know what I mean. So anyways, like, for example, like, my dad came home once from the fire department. And this is something that's old. It's been happening for many years now. And I remember when I first started hearing about it. He came home and he said, today we had a patient. And they ended up killing themselves. I'm like, oh, so sad, that's terrible. And they're like, yeah, well... because he had two patients. One actually, fortunately, was an accidental suicide. You look at me like, how? Anyways, I don't want to get into too much about suicide, but, not that I don't want to say that it's not important to talk about, because people really do care about loved ones. And there are people out there that do care for you and do love you. But anyways, so he said it was an accident, no suicide. And we're like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, because the day before, a couple weeks before, we had the kid do the same thing where he tried to hang himself. And then we had to cut him down. And he's like, why did you cut me down? And they're like, you were trying to kill yourself. And he's like, no, I wasn't trying to kill myself. I was trying to get high. And when my dad told me that, I was like, oh, that's terrible. That's horrible. Like, ew, like, why? Why? And he's like, no, I wasn't trying to kill myself. I was trying to get myself high. So my dad was like, so you tied your rope around your neck, you kicked the chair off, and you were trying to get high. How do you expect yourself to get knocked down? How do you expect yourself to get down? Oh, I never really thought about that. Anyways, so my dad said like a couple weeks before, after they unfortunately had someone that tried to do the same thing, because, I don't know, anyways. Sorry, this, anyways. To get off topic, not gonna even think about it because I'll start to cry. Not even gonna say it, not even gonna mention it. I guess I might mention it, and I'll talk about it later in a different blog, but I had a friend that killed herself. And a friend back in high school that killed herself. But I'm not going to talk about it in this blog because I miss her and I loved her, but like as a friend, obviously, but like I'll talk about it in a different blog. Anyways, so yeah, so Friday's Black Friday. Well, today's Friendsgiving, tomorrow's Thanksgiving with the family, Friday's Black Friday, and then Saturday I'm going out to see my sister. We're going out to St. Louis. My sister and her girlfriend are going to a Pride convention, and then we're going back to St. Louis, Springfield. You know, and her girlfriend are gonna hang out, and then just go watch movies, hang out, watch whatever on TV. Probably watch movies, hang out, go eat Popeyes, because my sister has not tried the chicken sandwich yet from Popeyes. And then obviously from there, I think that same week I'm going to be out there. I don't know how long I'm going to be out there for. I have to call my sister and ask to double check, because it's coming up. And she's always told me she was going to get back to me on dates and times, because technically that same week is the, her work. Why did I do that? Work. I gotta do that now from now on. Work. Oh my god. I'm gonna like... Anyways. It's her work ball. Christmas party get-together ball. She said, oh, come out for my work Christmas party ball. I was like, work Christmas party ball? You mean work Christmas party? He's like, no, work Christmas party ball. I'm like, a ball? I said, I've never been to a ball. I never went to prom. I never went to homecoming. Because, hence the reason I was at a school that didn't do that at all. The closest thing we had to a sports team was a basketball team, I believe. I don't know if someone had a football team. I don't believe so. I think we had basketball only. But anyways, so I gotta call her today and see what's the plans, because I need to know how long to stay out there so I know when to buy a train ticket back to Union Station. Because I hop on the train, I hop on the Amtrak at Union Station in Chicago. And I take the train from Chicago, I take it to Springfield. Something just fell, and I don't know what it was. Stop it. Don't you do that to me, Baxter. You know I don't like that stuff. Or if it's Oprah, quit it. Oh my God, I see you. Stop it. Pretty sure it was just my headphones that it kicked on accident. I hate noises. I hate when you hear a noise and you don't know what the noise is, or you hear something fall in the opposite room. I'm gonna freak myself out. here's the thing, like, when I start, I'm gonna freak myself out even just talking about this, saying this. I'm already freaking myself out. And the wind's not helping. I will freak myself out when I start to talk about ghosts. When I talked about demons and demonic stuff, I'll freak myself out. I'll start to hear stuff. I won't see stuff, but I'll start to hear noises that aren't really there. And I'll hear noises and then I'll get freaked out. That's why I don't really like to talk about this stuff for too long period of a time. But I just heard a noise. I'm pretty sure it's my headphones that I kicked on accident, and it sounded like something fell. It spooked me out. Freaking myself out already. Anyways, oh my god. It's like a freaking hurricane out there. See, I want to go to Popeyes to get some chicken for lunch. But I'm debating about. I think I'm gonna stay in now. Make something at home. Anyways, so I'm excited. I can't wait for Black Friday because candles at Bath and Body Works are $8.25, and let me tell you, technically on Friday will be my 1 year anniversary of shopping at Bath and Body Works because I went on Black Friday. And I'm pretty sure that last year on Black Friday it was also Candle Day fell into it, even though I'm not positive on that now because Candle Day is 2 separate days. Black Friday is Friday, and then obviously Candle Day is December 7th. So I'm now debating about, well, was Candle Day really on Black Friday last year, or was it a separate day? I don't know, but candles are $8.25, and I'm so excited because candles are normally $24.50, unless you get them on sale. Then they're down to $14.50, and we normally only get them on sale. You are a person where, unless you're rich, or unless you're particularly maybe even buying one candle, then maybe that's one thing. But you don't normally buy stuff from Bath and Body Works unless you're rich or unless there's a sale. So I'm gonna go because someone's calling me.